Welcome, welcome. It's another Thursday, and we here again. We're here live, and we're live. We're live on Facebook, and we're live on ITL Radio and iHeartRadio. And it is your girl, Vera Giles Norris, along with the other cats, and we here ready to let the cat out the bag. Meow. Woo! You know what? I know. I keep saying this every week. Every week I keep saying it, but I'm telling you, it's starting to manifest itself. Every week, our shows just keep getting better and better. Oh, well, you know what? We ain't got Jay Hustle here to say and better. Yeah. Okay, we're missing the cat today.
Better.
And better, right?
Better.
Right. So what we're going to do real fast, you guys, I'm going to kick this show off like we always do. We got Miss Patricia Ward in the building with us today. Hey, y'all. Hey, you can't see that cat. Hey, Patricia Ward in the building. We got Miss Monique with her bow in her head today. Hey, Monique. Hey, everybody. Hey. All right. So, Pat Ward, what's going on with you, girl? I heard you mention some stuff about Commissioner Boykins. He got some stuff going on. What's going on with you this morning?
Well, we got a lot of things going on with me this morning, all this week. Well, we just recently had a Respect Life campaign where we went to 51 Harrison over there in the Austin area where the youth are over there. Their campaign is to respect life, put down the guns, and just respect life.
Just respect life. Okay, so put down the guns. I know that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then, they had a slogan outside on the gates. How long will we cry? How long will we cry? Then respect life. So I hope I'm saying it right, but how long will we as parents continue to bury our children, continue to bury our loved ones because of violence that's going on in our community?
Wow.
We must respect life, and how we respect life, that means we need to value our life. We need to love one another. We need to come together as one, respecting each other.
Respect. Put some respect on my name. Put some respect on it.
RSVP.
Put some respect on my name. I see we got Pastor Ira J in the building. Hey, Pastor. We got Seth Owens. Thanks for tuning in, Seth. So, Miss Monique, what's going on with you today?
Oh, I just want to do an early shout out for my son's birthday, who's also here today, in the back.
Okay, his birthday is tomorrow. How is it going to be?
He'll be 4 years old.
Okay, we got a 4-year-old. He's grown. He's ready to get a job.
He's 34. Yeah,
Right.
34, picking up all type of women. So
okay, well, yeah.
Listen to the topic today. He's back there.
Okay, all right. We got him in the building. We can't see him.
Say hey, Jaden.
So
I see him over there.
Happy
smiling.
birthday. Come over here on the camera so we can say happy birthday to you. Okay. All right, be careful. This man is grown. So here, say hello.
Hello.
Tell everybody it's your birthday.
It's my birthday.
All right, now we're going to come over here on this camera too. Okay, so let's go on that camera. Say it one more time. Say hello.
Hello.
Say it's my birthday.
It's my birthday.
And how old are you?
3.
No, you're 4 now.
Huh?
You 4? Okay, he's 4, y'all. So tell him happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay, so let me just say this real fast because we got our caller calling in. You can go back, baby. Thank you. We got our caller that's going to be calling in shortly. Like I said, today's show is really going to be a great show. Really going to be a great show. The topic is before you say I do, or before you find a man. A good man is hard to find, but you got to know who's the head of your search committee, who's actually looking for the man. The word says that a good man, no, I'm sorry, it says that when a man findeth the wife, he findeth the good thing.
Yeah.
So first of all, you ladies, you got to stop being the one that's out here with your flashlight everywhere trying to find a man. You trying to find a man and
he attains favor, right?
And he attains favor.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got all of that. So we're gonna have her call in, but in the meantime, I just want. Oh, hey, we got Rose Collins in the building. Well, hey, Mr. Gilbert, thanks for tuning in. Diane Crow, hey, Salt, how you doing? So like I said, today's show is going to be amazing. We're live. We're live 2 times. We're actually live again, like I said, on ITL Radio and iHeartRadio. And then we're here live on Facebook. So what I'm going to do, y'all, I'm going to cut to the meat and potatoes. Everything is going great with me. I can't even complain. I am going to have somebody on the show that's going to talk about a card that you can actually have in your wallet that will give you a direct link to the police, and I'm sorry, to your attorney. So in case you're ever pulled over by the police, you have a direct link to be able to reach your attorney just on speed dial. So let's just say, for example, you're driving, police pull you over. And you're looking like, but wait a minute, what you pulling me over for? I ain't even did nothing. What y'all pulling me over for? I'm tired of this stuff right here. That is not the attitude you want to have. That's not going to work. What you want to do is humble yourself. If you have an opportunity before you are pulled over, if you can just hit the speed dial on your cell phone and hit your attorney, that would be the best thing to do. However, if you cannot get to your cell phone, don't start reaching for cell phones. Don't do any of that stuff. Remain calm and say, officer, I do have my attorney that I would like to call at this time. Pass him the card that you have. They're going to know that you're not playing when you pass them that card to say, listen, I got an attorney on speed dial. I am not to be messed with. This is my attorney's number right here. And that's what you want to do. And then that way, that can stop a lot of nonsense before it even gets started. So we're going to have somebody talking about that. You can also inbox me if you want additional information concerning that as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a quick music break. But when we come back, we coming back. And when we do, we letting the cat out the bag. Meow.
Act like a superstar. They say I need to slow it down when I'm driving my fancy car. See, I know why you mad at me. I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you. Everybody knows why you do what you do. It's 'cause I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you. They say they lose their appetite when I always front the bill. But baby, there's no need to lie, 'cause I know how you really feel.
Okay, testing. We're back. It's the Cats on Intellectual Radio and on iHeartRadio, and it's official. We coming back. We have Miss Jolynn Poole with us today, and we getting ready to let the cat out the bag. Meow. Miss Jolynn Poole, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
You can hear me fine. Okay, great. Well, we got a ton of listeners in with us today, and we're actually live 2 places. We're live on iHeartRadio and on Intellectual Radio, but we're also live on Facebook. So we got quite a few listeners listening in to us today. And Jolynn, before we get started, first of all, I want you to tell our listeners who you are, where you come from, and how did you actually get here today?
Well, my name is Jolynn Poole. I'm author of a book that was published by Thomas Nelson that sold 60,000 copies. It was called A Good Man is Hard to Find Unless You Ask God to Be Head of Your Search Committee. And during the aftermath of publishing that book, I got lots of speaking engagements at conferences and churches, and I had lots of questions from both single and married ladies about the things in that book, about men, about relationships, about what God has to say in the Word. And I've been writing 2 new books, which will be coming out soon. They're called Love in the Book. The first one is called Love in the Book, Love and Marriage Prep. And the second one is called Love in the Book, The Partner Guide.
Okay.
And I've been publishing a blog about it, and I'm eager to get the word out. I'm sharing from all of my books on that blog.
Okay.
And the blog is called loveinthebook.org.
Wow. Okay. Well, I tell you what, Jolynn, because I know it is truly, I've been following your blog, and it's especially, it's an honor to have you here today. Now, just a little bit about your first book. A good man is hard to find unless you ask God to be the head of your search committee. You've sold over what, like 60,000 copies of that book already?
Yes. And it was pretty phenomenal because it was, I'm a first-time author with that book. And it was very unusual for Thomas Nelson, who at the time was the biggest Christian publisher. Mm-hmm. It was really unusual for them to publish a first-time author. And the book stayed in print for 10 years, and it is still in print, and it is still selling. That's because the Word of God is eternal.
Love it. Love it. So I tell you what, we've been following your blog, and you've talked about several different types of men and how women can actually determine which type of man they have, or the different types of characteristics of these men. Do you mind kind of sharing some of that with us today?
Sure, no problem. Everything that I'm going to say comes from the pages of the Bible. God is very specific about instructions that he gives to single women about men, and the instructions are right there. All I did was distill them into the pages of my book. He warns against what I call fabulous fakes. And the fabulous fakes are the ones who are not saved and who will pretend and who will seduce and lure unexpected women.
Wow. There's
another category that I call saved butts. And these are the guys who are saved. God has given them deliverance, salvation, but they have not been fully, they haven't fully lost their negative characteristics. You can interrupt anytime if I talk too much.
No, you know what? We're listening. As a matter of fact, we've probably got a lot of questions as well, because I'm going to just piggyback off of the last one you said. You said saved but. So meaning that the but is that there are some good qualities there, but they've not lost all of their negative characteristics. Now, you know what? I guess I'm going to have to try and be honest with you, because one of the my messages came in. Is there any such thing as anyone that have lost all of their negative characteristics?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Most of us gain some measure of control over it. Even the guys that I discussed, the angry or the abusive man, most of them are not that way all the time. They have the tendencies, but God has given them the ability to control themselves most of the time. If you are in a relationship, excuse me.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. We got a couple of people that's live here, so questions is coming in. Go ahead. I'm listening. We're listening to you.
Okay, if you're in a relationship with a man like that, you just have to know. You have to pray. You have to let God be in control of uh, all of your actions. Before you marry such a man, you need to know what you're getting into. He may fight against these tendencies, but they may erupt. You need to be prepared. You need to know what you're dealing with before you start a relationship, marriage. I also talk about the controller, the the fool, which the Bible talks a lot about.
Okay, so you said the
The
controller and the fool. Yeah, please tap into that.
the fool is a very subjective description. If you read Proverbs, you'll read a lot about a comparison between the fool and the man of wisdom. Nobody likes a fool, not even God. A fool is any person that brings hurt, harm, or danger to his household. And our primary example of a man like that is Nabal. You know the story of Abigail in the Bible, who was married to a man whose name was literally Nabal the fool. He, through his actions of hostility and rebellion, almost got his entire household destroyed.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm getting a cold.
This is the season. So now you know what I haven't. I'm gonna have to tune in and read that story. So you were saying through his action, his name was Nabal, his wife was
Right,
Abigail,
correct.
and through some of the choices, I'm assuming, or some of the things that he did, he almost got his household destroyed. What do you mean? Can you tap into that?
Nabal was a big, wealthy landowner. David, who was the soon to be king of Israel, was on the run with his army, and he came to Nabal seeking provision. He needed food and drink for his men and lodging. Nabal was disrespectful and rebellious and hostile and sent David away. And David was very angry, and he was preparing to come back and kill him. Abigail got word of it through one of her servants, and she had sense enough to understand that this man was just asking for provision. She took provision, she took food, wine, and her servants, and they took this stuff out to David and placated him. Eventually, Nabal thought everything was fine. He had gone back to his house. He was holding a feast, and it says in 1 Samuel 25:36 that then Abigail went to Nabal, and there he was holding a feast in his house, like the feast of the king. And Nabal's heart was merry within him, for he was very drunk.
He was very what?
Drunk.
Oh, drunk. Okay.
He was feasting and celebrating, and totally oblivious to the fact that Abigail had saved them all. It's a great story. You really should read it. It's in 1 Samuel.
Okay. So that's the foolish man. Now we talked about the controller. Tell us a little bit more about the controller.
The controlling man he's hard to discover at the beginning of a relationship, because most believers, most Christian women, we expect and we respect a man's ability to be in control when he operates under the control of God.
Absolutely.
The problem isn't with the concept, but it's with the degree. In God's order, the husband has responsibility for his family, and God gives directions through him. But the man with a controlling nature, he lacks discernment. Instead of evaluating the realities and the capabilities of his family, he fears their independence, and he tries to control or supervise every aspect of their lives. Instead of a partnership, the controlling man is into ownership. He has a confused picture of the role of authority, and he doesn't understand that being the head means you have responsibility to meet your family's true needs. The controlling man will often attempt to control by giving or withholding love, or he may resort to fits of temper or physical violence, but he is more deliberate. He's a guy who's from the old school, who tolerates no backtalk or even discussion from anybody under his command.
So he's one of those ones. Eat the cake, Eddie Mae. I don't want the cake, Ike. I don't want the cake. Oh no. Okay, I got you. All right. Wow. So you know what? Let me ask you this, because we got questions coming in, and let me just take a break. And I want to thank all of my live listeners. Eddie Gay, I see you. Teresa Craig, I saw we had Keith Butler in the building. Queen Chicken, yes. We got Charlotte Lewis. Thanks, Charlotte, for tuning in. And it's quite a few of you guys tuning in. Thank you, Stephen Nook. Thanks for watching. So, but let me ask you this, because we're talking about finding these types of men and allowing God to be the head of your search committee.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to some of the women, because as you're speaking, I know we can all relate to these types of men, and some of them have even gave birth to these types of men. So if you were to just speak to some women today and tell them 3 things that they should do to stop attracting these types of men, and what to do when you realize you may have one of those types of men.
Okay, there are 2 criteria here. One is if you're still single and can still make a change. The other one is if you've already married this guy. So there's 2 completely different sets of actions. I'm going to assume that we're talking first about the singles. If God reveals to you when you're in early stages of a relationship that your man has issues, first of all, you have to acknowledge that and not disbelieve it. We can believe a lot of things that aren't true just because we choose to ignore the signs. If we are smitten and we really want a man, and rather than risk losing one that might seem like a good husband, we will tolerate a lot of things. We just pretend we don't see it. You don't acknowledge the fact that he has outburst of temper, or he once raised his hand towards you in an argument. Or we ignore the fact that he's jealous and he wants to know where you are every second of the day. We ignore the fact that he doesn't control money. He doesn't have control of, he can't keep a job. He refuses to accept responsibility. These things are there before we marry. God will not let us go into a situation blind. He will always show us some signs. If those signs are disturbing enough to you, you need to pray about it before you go further in a relationship. I believe that God equipped you as a woman to understand and deal with the traits that he intends to be the your partner. You can tolerate, you can understand, you can deal with whatever he brings, same as he will deal with you and your personality. If he's God's ordained spouse for you. But if he's not, you will be very uncomfortable. You will start to see signs that this is not really the man that God has for you. If you're married, it's a whole different situation. That means you need to understand who you got and be willing to intercede and pray and do spiritual warfare on his behalf. I hate to just keep talking when I know you. You probably got questions.
Well, you know what? We do have a few questions that has come in, but you've hit a lot of great topics, and we got a lot of women that's listening in as well as men. I want to thank Rose Collins for what she just said. You know, prayer, and that's exactly what you said. Is that once if and Rose, I do know is married, so once you're married, just to reiterate what Sister Poole has said, is that prayer, you gotta be willing to go in and intercede on behalf of your spouse, especially when you know what type of spouse you're dealing with, and be willing to, spiritual warfare is real, and we're actually going to have someone again come on and talk about warfare. I mean, it is what it is. Now, for those of you all that's single, you have an opportunity before you actually say I do. You know what man you're dealing with, and if you know what man you're dealing with before you say I do, don't expect him to change just because you've said I do. That's where that's where I think the problem come in, is that we as women, we feel like, okay, you know what, we can do it all. We can get a man and take him for who we know who he is in the beginning, but once we marry him, we're going to turn him into our Prince Charming. We're going to turn him into our, Adam and Eve type of situation. And then when it don't come out like that, we want to blame him when really we had the first sign that this was not a good relationship to get in. So, wow.
Exactly.
Well, go ahead. Talk to us some more. Let some more cat out the bags. Once again, for those of you all that's listening, it's the Cats Out Show. And we're here, Intellectual Radio. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Facebook Live. And what we're doing right now is we're truly letting the cat out the bag. Meow. Okay. So I tell you what I'm going to do, Miss Poole, real fast. If you can just give us another pointer, I'm going to take a quick music break, and then we're going to come back and close up with you.
Okay. Excuse me. I don't know if I think I might have covered this in the last interview I did with you, but God has given his men 3 basic needs that his lady needs to meet. And if you are not ordained to be his mate, you won't be able to do this. If you aren't able to, first of all, a man needs to lead. You need to be able to let him lead. The second need he has is to provide. If you can't allow him, I'm not saying that you have to turn over all the money to him or you have to earn less or anything like that. In a relationship, whoever is the most skilled at doing something is allowed to handle that. God didn't care. But he holds the man accountable to be the head of his household. And if you're not willing to do that in the early stages of your relationship, if you're not able to respect and admire the man, then he's not the man for you. When God gives you the right one, you won't have any trouble whatsoever respecting him, admiring him, allowing him to lead, allowing him to provide. A man who has those his lady meets those three needs, is automatically going to be a better mate than one who encounters resistance from us about that. We, in turn, have our own needs. And if he doesn't meet our needs, he's also not the right mate. You determine all this by staying prayerful, by knowing what needs to be done and praying. You talk to the Lord 100% of the time, and he will tell you beforehand. He'll show you the signs if this is or is not to be your husband. Don't get impatient. Don't get, we have tendency to just make up our own mind. We get willful. And when we get willful and we disobey God, then the consequences that we get are the ones that we brought upon ourselves.
Wow. Now, you know what?
So,
I just want to add this, and I had a prophet, and I'm going to get him on the show because he said that, and you tell me what you think about this, is that the type of man we have as women are the type of men that we have attracted. So if you have a no good man that's beating on you, cheating on you, and not a good provider, then that's the type of man that as a woman you have attracted. He says that if you call yourself a queen, then you will attract a king because a queen knows her place and she knows what type of man she's looking for, and she attracts that type of man. But for these women that have attracted loser after loser, that's because that's the type of energy that you put out there. What do you think about that?
I think he's absolutely right. We will accept
That's right, Griff.
what we expect. If we even subconsciously expect that a man is not going to be any good, he's not going to do, if we don't make any demands on him, you know early on what kind of man you're dealing with. You know if he's lazy. You know if he's not going to be a good husband. You know if he's got an addiction. You know all of the things that you need to know. If you accept that, then I don't blame the man. There's going to be a woman out there who can handle and deal with his issues. And the Lord can change those issues when the man wants to change those issues. But your prophet is absolutely right. We attract the kind of person that we can deal with, we're used to, or we have expectations for. A lot of us have little self-esteem. We don't expect that a king or good man, a really good man, is going to be attracted to us. We take whatever comes along. We think he's going to change, or this is what we deserve. But if you have high standards, you're not going to fall for a sham. You're not going to fall for the man who is not right for you.
Wow.
So I have not any experience at all that a woman who enters a relationship with her eyes wide open and prayerful is going to make a mistake like that.
Absolutely. Well, and I just want to read some of the comments that's coming in from some of our listeners. Mark is calling, tuning in. I see you. Thanks. We have, just for example, we have Miss Rose Collins. Wow, Rose Collins is in the building. And she says that we as women, we first of all have to trust in God. We got Miss Monique that says that what we allow is what we get. We got Hart that said, I think a woman can attract whatever type of man, but it is her choice who she is attached to. We also have Mr. Griff Taylor, and he says, do you agree that character has a lot to do with what we attract. In other words, what we attract is what we are. That's exactly right. Who we attract is what we are. Um,
Yes.
I'm just gonna go over some of the other comments. We got Terrence that says, "Know who you're marrying before you say I do." Right, exactly. That's some of the things that we've covered. We need to definitely know who we're saying who we're marrying before we say I do. We got Brandy Moore. You don't go looking for what you want. Let God give you what He wants you to have. He has your best interests at heart.
Amen.
Eddie
That's right.
Eddie Gay, God always gave us common sense. A lot don't use it.
True.
And I'm gonna say one more last one, and then we'll come back. It says China says, God, good ideas. Share it, girl. Thanks, China. Thanks for that compliment. I appreciate it. Teresa Craig is watching. Thank you for tuning in. And Stefan was saying that I just told a Facebook friend today, I gave up. I give up. Don't worry about me looking for a woman or a wife now. But he said, but thanks to Monique. Okay. So we got one guy that said that he actually give up with looking for a wife or a good woman. And that's really interesting that you have to give up on women, because a lot of times women have given up on finding a good man. I think that what we have to do, and Ms. Poole, agree with me or disagree, I think that what we have to do is give up just actually looking so hard and allow, as women, first of all, for that man for him to find us. And then as men, don't come to the table looking for a woman and expecting to just suck on her breast for milk all the time. Come as a man, because a woman needs more than just somebody that she can breastfeed. So what we're going to do, and we'll come back with you, Ms. Poole, in closing. And we're going to take a quick music break. But when we come back, don't touch that dial. We got more people tuning in. We got more questions. We got more comments. And when we come back, it's official. We coming back to let the cat out the bag.
They say my attitude is bad, 'cause act like a superstar. They say I need to slow it down when driving my fancy car. See, I know why you mad at me. I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you. Everybody knows why you do what you do. It's 'cause I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you. They lose their appetite when I always front the bill. But baby, there's no need to lie, 'cause I know how you really feel. See, I know why you mad at me. Get more money than you. Get more money than you. Everybody knows why you do what you do. It's 'cause I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you.
Welcome, welcome. We're back. It's the Cats on Intellectual Radio and on iHeartRadio, and we're live on Facebook, and it's official. We're letting the cat out the bag. Meow. Meow. Our cat, you know what? Our cats is working hard. You guys see them texting, but they're literally on social media now, and it's a debate going back and forth just concerning this topic right here. So Pat is live chatting back and forth. We got Monique on live Facebook going back and forth chatting. So we're really working. This topic has sparked a lot of people's interest. So we're definitely going to have you back again, Ms. Jolene Poole. But in closing, go ahead. Kind of find us, a topic you can close with, and everybody is listening. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay, well, the only thing I have to close with is that we know that we have to wait on God.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I can't hear you. Hold on. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, that was me. Can try it now. Say something.
As believers,
We got you.
we are fully aware that we have to wait on God to act on our behalf in the area of selecting a life mate. And that goes for men and women. We can't take it upon ourselves to act without waiting on the Lord.
Wow.
Hebrews 10:36 says, "For you have need of patience, that after you've done the will of God, you might receive the promise." And we have to trust in the Lord enough to let Him handle it. He'll do it correctly. He'll bring us the right person. He'll bring us the right partner. Don't try to take matters into your own hands.
Stop being so thirsty. Okay.
Amen.
Okay. Stop trying to do it your way. Okay.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much. Now, if people want to reach you, or if anybody needs to purchase your book, a good man is hard to find unless you ask God to be the head of your search committee. If anybody wants to purchase your books or follow you on your blog, can you give us that information, please?
Yes, the blog address is www.loveinthebook.org. Or you can also reach me on Facebook. My page is called Jolene Poole Author, and the blog is there. There's instructions there on how to purchase the book, and I look forward to any comments and any interaction. And I publish a new post every Wednesday, straight from the books.
Okay, every Wednesday. So again, Ms. Jolene Poole, thank you for tuning in with us today. It's truly an honor and a privilege to have you. I know that for those of you, I'm going to let a cat out the bag. We're going to be doing a few women's conference where we're going to have some of the most powerful women in the planet, and we're going to be letting the cat out the bag. So that information, you will get information concerning that. But Ms. Poole, again, go ahead. Thank you so much for joining us on the Cats Out Show.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. All right. So, yeah, listen, there you guys have it. There you guys have it. We literally, and I kept this live, even during break time and everything for you guys that are here, just so that you can see how we do it backstage. So for those of you that's on Facebook, you got a chance to see everything uncut, uncensored. Now, we got a lot of questions that I know, especially some of our men, that's saying that, a good man is hard to find unless you allow God to be the head of your search committee. But we got men saying that a good woman is hard to find too, because women are bossy, women are controlling. A lot of women have been in damaged relationships, and as a result of that, they take that package to the new relationship. So we're not saying, and even Jolene didn't say that it's all the man's fault. Women have a lot of fault in the type of
I
relationships
just
that
think
we're
the
in.
tables have just turned anyway, because now, once upon a time, women, they were trying to find decent men. These
Women.
men, they wanted to like just run the street. They wanted to do whatever they wanted to do. So now women that done got tired of that and they have other things to do. So now because you ready after 20 something years, you want to sit down. So now I got to follow suit with you. It don't work that way.
Wow.
It don't work like that. You
So-
can't just get ready for me when you ready. So now you see how women feel. And some of
Okay.
these people, they deserve it. I ain't trying to be mean, but I've known some people personally, and they ain't been right towards a woman. They ain't never treated no woman right. Now they tired because they probably getting sick somewhere. I need somebody to wipe their butt, and now they can't find nobody to do it. That's
You
what
were,
that's about.
She said it live.
wow. So you know what, Monique? That's a good point. You're saying that what's happening now is that a lot of women are kind of tired of the type of relationships that they've been in, and I guess as if you can't beat them,
Join.
join them. But then you got these women that have been in marriages for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, or in relationships, not necessarily marriage all the time. And the man in the beginning of the relationship kind of pulled them and dragged them and did this and did that.
Yep.
But now that he's old, tired, and senile, and
Now he ready.
can't do a whole lot, now he's ready to say it's just me and you.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. You know what? I guess that's how it goes sometimes.
I believe sometimes that we learn from our mistakes, and when we learn from our mistakes, we have to get up and do it right and begin to learn to fall on our knees and trust God and just let Him lead us and guide us into the right direction that He's calling for us to go in, even in a relationship. Even if you looking for a man, you don't supposed to be out there looking for a man, not a woman. The man supposed to find the woman. And we know that when a man finds a woman, he finds a good thing,
Yeah.
and he obtains favor from God. So if you let God do it, and you just do what God allow you to do, keep yourself busy, and if you going to school or whatever you're doing, or you doing volunteer work, do something to keep yourself busy.
Another question though, but how far is it supposed to go that us as women and men, we put out there, putting out there, oh, they're looking for somebody. For me personally, if I see a man and he's talking about he needs somebody, and it's so vocal, it's a turn off to me.
Right.
That's a turn off because I'm now thinking, okay, like what's wrong with you? That you got to keep on talking about you need this, you need that, you too needy now. So now I'm turned off. I don't want you.
Mhm.
Because if it was me doing that, they'd be like, oh, she's just a thirsty old broad. I don't want nothing like that.
No,
So,
they be
but
saying she's a whore.
she's a whore. Yeah, she's a whore. She's thirsty. She this, she that. So why come they can do it? So it's a turn off.
It's a turnoff. Okay.
Right.
And you know what? And just going back over some of the inbox and some of the conversations that I'm receiving. Hey, Miss Denise, I see you tuned in, girl. But just going over some of the comments that I've had in my inbox, I see that sometimes there are men that have admitted, Vera, you know what? I had a good woman. I had a dang on good woman. And in me having that good woman, I took her for granted. And what happened is that she ended up finding somebody else. One guy said, I was out here, I was stuck. He said, I mean, literally, I had one of the coldest, baddest women out here. But because I was stuck, there were so many other women that I was able to have as well. So I wasn't just able to have one bad woman. I was able to have plenty of bad women. And as a result of being able to have so many women after me, I lost track of the woman that was actually for me. And then once he got out of that zone, out of that daze, the woman that he really wanted was gone. And now she's married to someone else. So, I mean, I guess it is what it is. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn the floor right on over to Monique. Do you got any comments or anything that you'd like to add in closing?
Sometimes you just gotta stop looking so hard and just wait to see what God sent to you.
Okay.
That's what I have to say about that. I'm not out here trying to look for nobody. If I run across you, I run across you. But I'm not gonna hit the street. Yeah, I'm gonna go find me a man. You have women that put on clothes like, yeah, I'm gonna go out here and get me a man today. Really? That's not what you're supposed to do.
That's not what you're supposed to do. Going out purposely
Yeah,
looking
just
for a
look
man.
For, a man.
For the day?
And some of them, yeah, it be for the day.
Okay.
Some of these women, it do be for the day, and that's terrible.
Stop letting the cat out the bag. I know that's right, Eddie. I'm gonna stop letting the cat out the bag. Is it anything you'd like to say in closing?
I just want to say, if you're not busy tomorrow, which is Friday, join me at the the rec on 9th for Community Fest tomorrow. Our commissioner will have a booth, and I will be sitting there at the booth, taking all people's signatures, passing out flyers, T-shirts. Come on out and join us on 9th and Madison.
And that's Commissioner Richard Boykins, whose office we'll be going at today. We want to thank Commissioner Richard Boykins in advance for being a sponsor on the Cats Out Show. We can't tell you how much we appreciate you. We will be coming to see you ASAP. You better believe it. Now, for those of you all, again, hey, Miss Monique, thanks for watching. We're about to close out, but thank you for watching.
Everybody to sign the petition to respect life.
Okay, so Pipette Ward has a petition going on.
Yeah, it's a campaign going on, Respect Life.
Respect Life, but we're gonna say put some respect on it. Put some respect on my name. We need people to respect life campaign is what we got going on.
Respect each other,
right?
Respect Life. I need you to sign that petition.
Okay, so sign the petition. Hey, thanks, girl, again. So listen here, you guys. It's the Cats. It was a great show, and we look forward to having many more great shows just like this. It's official. The cat out there back. Yeah!